Hi team, good morning. Today we are going to discuss how to connect backend database in Fusion ERP applications. How to connect backend database in EBS ERP R1. So EBS ERP, when I was working for EBS ERP as a support consultant, I was connecting with the database through SQL developer and Toad as a connector tool. Coming to Fusion, we can connect the database with the application or instance level, reports and analytics. Okay, report and analytics. Right. Before going to discuss the backend database, first, as a functional consultant, why should I connect a backend database? What are the reasons we will connect to the backend database? We will discuss. So, let me explain. So, what is functional consultant? Functional consultant understand the client requirements. We will design, we will configure, we will do testing of the instance, documents, we will do data migrations. So many students know basic objective of the functional consultant, understand the client requirements, design, configure or setups of the instance, testing of the instance, documentation preparation, data migration. So as a functional consultant, we have the important activities to be understood. So types of projects in Fusion. So implementation. So implementation time, what is our job? So within the job, we have the on-site consultant and offshore consultant. So on-site consultant and offshore consultant. So on-site consultant will travel to client location. He will gather the requirement and offshore on-site team will do the design after analysis, configure, testing, documentation. So implementation time, database connectivity, we will connect less times. If you are implementing interfaces, if you are doing the any testing at implementation time, you may connect the database to verify the base tables, interface tables. Right. So within the implementation, you will get the new requirements like reports customization, like interfaces, then technical consultant Okay, develop the reports with the BA, with the SQL scripts. He developed the interfaces. As a functional, we require to test and conform to client. So you will see the front end data. You will see the front end data for reports interfaces. Then you will check the back end tables also. So how it is inserting the data, how it is impacting the data as well in the database. Whereas supporting project. So as a functional consultant, we have to fix the issues. So client using the production instance, we can call live instance for data entry. They may face errors, issues. They will be assigned to functional consultant. So within the issues, you may see the setup issues, you may see the some accounting issues. So when we are working for supporting projects, client may share the instances like a dev instance, test instance, QA instance. So project to project, we can see different names. To analyze the issue, to fix the issue, to analyze the issue, to connect, okay, to analyze the issue, we will connect it to database and run the, okay, queries, okay, related to modules. So that we require to know. So as a functional consultant, we should know what are the base tables in Oracle, interface tables in Oracle for module wise. Many times we are getting the question, how do you analyze the issue in supporting project? How do you diagnose the issue in supporting project? How to connect the database in supporting project? So we are getting these questions as a functional consultant. We should give the experienced answer. Hey, I connected this way, I connected this way. So, right. Then, so let me note down the one important point. So first, what is the database? I hope you know. Storage of the business data. Storage of the business data entered by users. So database we have SAS, PAS, IaaS in the fusion. Okay, I will give the simple example. Right. I will make it one diagram. So business user, like AP accountant. Okay, he log in the application, Fusion ERP, AP invoice creation page. He log in the application, then he access the instance. like invoice window, create option. So user will be verify physical copy or soft copy. Once he receive from the vendor, he will enter all details as a header, line and a distribution. He will save the data, he will validate. So the data will go on the storage in the database because your ERP application connected with the database as a backend. So database stored. So in the database, it will store base tables. Okay, right. In future, I want to know how many invoices I created, then run the report. Then report will extract the data from database based on parameter, and it shows output for decision making or for a review. This is front end. Sometimes user will say, I want to search the invoice. We can use manage invoice option or inquiry invoice option, which will allow to extract the data from base table. Then it shows in the inquiry page. So I created invoice. I want to inquire the invoice. Go to manage invoices. I can give the invoice number CAP 001. So this inquiry page, it will go and extract the data from database. It will shows in the front end based on your information. Same way, I want to verify the data in backend tables in Fusion. So functional consultant are aware of that, how to connect to front end activities, reports, everything. Coming to backend, before connect with the backend tables, first we will discuss what is the base table. Base tables provided by Oracle to store the data based on the Oracle provided standard table. That will be record when you save the data, when you validate the data, when you accounted the data, when you complete and save. In GL, once you save the journal, post the journal, it will update in the database. AR invoice, AR receipt creation. So database, base tables will allow to store, will allow to extract in the future through reports and database. Next one, interface table. I created invoice in AP, transferred to GL. AR invoice created, transferred to GL through create accounting program. So between the two applications, Oracle have the critical concept called interface tables. So interface tables are intermediate table between the two application. So the data AP to GL, first it will update AP base table, then GL interface table and GL base table. Example, I created AP invoice, validated, accounted. So when I create Invoice, it will update AP base tables. When I run the import program or create accounting job, it will update GL interface tables, then GL interface table to GL tables. So interface tables, intermediate table, which is very, very important to verify the data, to validate the data, like a period is opened or not, currency is active or not, debit amount, credit amount equivalent or not. It will verify many validations, then it will bring to GL table. If there are any identified error, it will shows in the exception report, like some error code. So GL interface table helps to import the GL related information Oracle application from within the Oracle subledger, external source like FBDate template or third party system. So base tables are real application table that will reside in the application database. Okay, right. So I noted some tables, AP, 4 tables, base table, GL table I noted, AR table, then interface tables we have AP, GL. There are each module we have the interface tables and the base tables. First we need to understand this one. Now, as a support consultant or analyst in Fusion, we have to require to understand issue quickly, analyze the issues based on error. We will connect the backend tables, backend database. We will query it. That is first point. Second point, you got the issue, unable to fix it. Best example, create accounting errors. Then you log the SR or you log the SR with Oracle company, and Oracle company will ask action plan to provide. Then we have to provide diagnosis from the instance. Example, I have the AP invoice issue. Okay, I need to go and upload the diagnosis. Let me show another instance. So these are all important things in it. Okay, I connected front end. Oracle SR engineer requested you provide the invoice ID details, supplier ID detail. So I will go here. I will go to run diagnostic test. But if you're not able to see run diagnostic test, before that one, we need to assign the diagnostic related roles to your user ID. Many students not aware of this one, and this is very, very important. Security console. If you go to security console, I used to explain these roles regularly in the each batch. Before starting the support consultant, you must have these roles. So as a real time, we should understand some basic things. H is real. If I go here I assigned application diagnostics advanced user, application diagnostics advanced user, regular user, viewer. You must have this role. If you don't have this role in Fusion supporting time, you may not able to analyze the issue. Then I will go here, run diagnostic test. So I want to search the, or I want to diagnostic the invoice detail. So let me go for payable. Example, let us take, okay, payment application, right? I want to do the example payment batch related collection. I will go here detail. I will go here detail. Okay. I need to input the some basic information. Same way invoice time, you need to provide the invoice ID, supplier ID. So for that, we need to connect to the database. Okay, right. Let me show database. Go to navigator. Go to navigator. Go to reports and analytics. Go to reports and analytics. Go to reports analytics. This is the page. We are in the dev instance or test instance. This is the test instance. Go to browser catalog. Go to browser catalog. Okay, right. So go to create option. Go to data model. Same navigation, we can develop the analysis report like OTB, BA report. We can develop the BA template like payment batches also. Go to data model. Go to data model. So here we can see SQL query held a different option. Go to SQL query, give the instance name. Let us take client name J2 test. Right. So here check your application database financials. Then you can write the query. I noted some basic queries here. As a functional consultant, you can write and keep for reference purpose. You can search it. So you can see you can extract the data from your base tables. When I run this one based on the instance, it will go and update data. You can see structure, how data will be flow. Then go to data. You can see view data. You can see the tree model, tree view. You can see the view. You can see the invoice ID. Backend, when you save the front end invoice, it will store in the backend ID. When you create invoice front end in a vendor, you selected backend, you store vendor ID. It was generated by database. Okay. Then you can see the table view. So right here you can see who created names as well. Vendor ID. Invoice number is front end number and invoice currency as well. Then you can export it or you can create a report and you can export to Excel sheet also. So I will show another instance, our regular instance. So I created CIP001 invoice, CIP002 invoice, validated, accounted. It was stored in the base table. Go to tools, reports and analytics. Then browse catalog. Browse catalog. We need to understand, and this is a very, very important in the supporting projects. Go to data model. Okay. Go here, SQL query. I will give the dev instance. Okay. When we receive the ticket issue from the client through ticketing tool, we will analyze the issue through backend table. So let me connect this one. So if you see here, I noted I want to identify invoice ID from CIP 001. Okay, fine. Let me write. Okay, here you can identify tables. Right. So if you are not aware of much tables, you don't take any hesitation searching the Google or take some help from your technical team. We can query here invoice ID data, how code was written. Okay, right. So I return select the invoice ID. Okay, right. Right. Again, I click the edit button, select invoice ID from AP invoice sum where invoice number equal to 0. You can see the structure, you can see the data, view data. It will take a couple of seconds. You can see invoice ID. Table you can see invoice IDs. How to identify invoice ID? So CAP 001, we have 3 invoice numbers. So with different vendors, so it is giving the 3 invoice IDs. One invoice will have the one invoice number that will store in the database as an invoice ID. So this invoice ID is the very important to run the diagnostics. Okay, future when you create invoice, when you create SRs, they will ask invoice diagnostics. You can copy this one. You can go to, as I mentioned earlier, diagnostics, run the diagnostics. Right. So I want to run the interface table. So here I noted AP invoice interface. You can write select star from AP invoice interface. You can see. You can see here structure, data, view data. As a functional, we should know very basic things to connect. Recently, we are getting the question. Tell me the database table, interface table. How do you connect? So this is the invoice ID basis data we are able to see. So you can see table. So we created invoice number, front end, invoice number, invoice number. So these are all stored in the interface table with vendor ID. So here if you see vendor ID set third one, fourth one, fifth one lines, single vendor ID, different invoice number, same invoice number. So each invoice will store as a separate invoice ID. So you can export it. You can generate through SQL monitor report. You can see the different options. Then you can create report and export. So here I connected the instance. I can connect only dev instance. I want to connect test instance, log in the test URL, connect the test instance. Production, we will not have the access. So production instance will access by maximum lead manager and technical team. Function wise, we don't connect many times. Let me try the GL table. So I created journal entry front end through create journal page. You can see GL JE header. GL JE header. You can see the data. Right. Here you can see journals created by user. I want to check the interface table. So how many journals imported from source application? I will go to diagram again. I can edit. I can write this. So each module we have the interface table, base table. When you create a journal, directly it will store base table. When you import from source application, it will update interface table base table. Right, you can see interface table creation date 22 May, dates also date. Right. Let me explain important part. I will go to front-end application. Okay. I will go to front-end application. As a function consultant, I am doing some testing example. Our journals are created by live environment. Go here, create journal. When I create a journal, in the page I saved, okay, posted. Or save time also it will update based. Simple. Here I entered journal batch name line save. It will update or store in base tables. Right. I imported from payables application. Okay, let me explain. I will change the data access set here. PCC. Manage journal. The source payables or assets. I can see the all payment entries, journal entries, source payable. Then it will update interface tables, then base tables. Then created invoice in AP. It will update base tables. Imported from source system. It will update interface tables, base tables. So we have to understand as a functional, base table is real table, it will directly store in the data. When you run the report like invoice register or journal entry reports in GL, it will extract the data from base tables, shows output based on parameters. Okay, right. So how to connect data? In EBS, we have the application code you can connect. So today I covered how to connect backend database for interface table checking, base table checking, and what is the base table, what is the interface table, what is the report. I explain you. Report will extract the data. So as a support analyst, we have to support consultant will get the tickets, issues from users through ticketing tool like a famous Jira service one. Then we can analyze the issue through testing or replicating. Then wanted to check backend. Okay, connect database and verify the tables. When you create SR, Oracle company, we will upload all required documents as Diagnostics files. For that, you require base table knowledge, interface table knowledge. Okay. So thanks guys for watching the video. Please listen happily, subscribe the channel, like the channel to spread for the job seekers. Thank you.